Oh, what's going on here? PC's frozen up. But let me post to Twitter. Oh, there we go. Right. Yeah, I don't know what's going on. A lot of people seem to be having problems with YouTube, I think, again. Mainly the lag. The old spinning wheel. My computer's running a bit slow at the moment, and I just cleaned the damn thing out earlier with junk and crappy catch files and all that crap. All right, Ian, how's it going? Just having a coffee time break. I'm waiting for a delivery, actually. I'm waiting for a mini pickaxe for metal detecting. So I'm fed up keep carrying this great big spade around with me, Got 3 spades. The biggest one I bought about a week ago. I left at my permission. And I just could not use it, Well, I did use it, but it wasn't digging deep enough. And I've got 2 smaller spades, which I use to look for those possible haunted artifacts. And it does weigh you down a bit, with a metal detector, pinpointers, fine bag, bottles of water, a spade, and a little hand spade as well, So I've been watching a lot of YouTubers, and they've been using like these little mini pickaxes. So I've ordered one of those, and that should be here today. But I've been hunting around for a pair of Wellington boots that I had somewhere. I've got my waders. I know where my waders are, but my Wellington boots, I can't bloody find them. So I've just been on eBay looking at them, yeah. And I thought, hang on a minute, I'll go look for my search list, yeah. My favourite search list of saved sellers. And man, I tell you, man, I practically pissed myself with laughter. How someone can sell something at that price is like ridiculous. Ridiculous. Yeah, I've got about 15 people that sells paranormal stuff, haunted dolls and haunted objects and stuff like that on my friends list, yeah. Well, not my friends, yeah. And I looked at 2, man, and what a fucking joke. The background story, yeah, that's a load of bollocks about themselves. And then, looking through the listing, Jesus, man, the price of some of them. I bet they didn't even pay that much for them, Like, if I'm going to stick something on eBay, and I've done like a session with it, I'm going to put, an honest story behind it, yeah, saying if it's haunted or not. If it's not haunted, I'm going to just say, hey, it's not haunted. No, selling it as an empty vessel. I'll say it's come from a charity shop. It's come from, someone who's given me it. And they say it's from a haunted house. I'll say it's from a haunted house, but not had no activity from it, But some of the stories that a certain person put behind their fucking for selling, on their eBay is a fucking joke. Joke, man. And some of the prices is like really ridiculous. Really ridiculous, man. No, at least I try to keep my prices down, If I go out and buy something, yeah. So look, I buy a doll from, eBay for about 25 quid, for instance, yeah. So I believe it might have an attachment, a spirit. If it takes it to my fancy, I'll buy it, yeah. If I've got the money, I'll buy it. And then I'll do, my little sessions with it, try to communicate. to whatever spirit that the person said's in the actual doll itself, yeah. And if I get things out of it, yeah, such as like EVPs or, you know, like K2 meets going off on it, yeah, then that's all great, yeah, because I do try to record it and like document it, you know, as you know, on YouTube anyway. And let's say, like, you know, about 6 months or a year later, you know, I'll decide that I want to move that particular doll on, because like I've only done like several possible sessions with it, and you know, the last one probably I won't get nothing out of it, yeah. And I'm thinking, like, you know, about time I actually moved this one on, let someone else have it, yeah. You know, I'm not going to go out there making a huge amount of money out of it. You know, if I bought for 25 quid, yeah, I'm going to put it up for about 30 maybe, you know, just to make a few pound on it. I'm not going to go out and, you know, say like, oh, this doll's, you know, like very haunted and like, you know, really active, and put a full story behind it, yeah, and sell it for like 50, £100 or whatever the bloody price is going to be. Like some people have been putting prices on. You know, I'll be up front and honest with, you know, whatever thing I'm selling. But some people, you know, the way they put some of the stories behind, you know, some of these dolls, it's like a fucking joke. No, if I'm going to sell something, I'm going to say, right, no, when I first got EVPs from an audio recorder, I was getting a lot of stuff from the Ghost Box. Kate it was going crazy. You know, Mel Meter was giving me different readings when I asked it to manipulate the actual temperature. And, you know, I'd give out, you know, the proper, real information what I've got. But I've noticed a couple of people on there have been putting, like, bullshit stories on here. And I don't even believe that, you know, some of the price they put on some of their items, I don't even believe they paid that much even for them. Jesus Christ, man. You know, some people do go out and rip you off. You know, just because they put a little story behind it. And I'm not saying it was anyone on, you know, social media I know, because there is a few people I know do sell stuff on social media, on eBay. But, you know, I'm just saying, like, you know, the things that they put behind their stories, you know. Now, I know there's who can sense if a spirit, you know, is attached to a certain item or not, yeah. But, you know, this particular person's told me, like, certain things, yeah. And I've looked at stuff on eBay, which I've pointed out, and I've not sensed nothing from them. But, you know, different people sense different things, I suppose. I'm not saying that. Oh, wait, no, friends. Yeah, but, you know, I'm just saying, like, you know, the things that people put on their eBay listings, you know, just to try to, you know, make a fast buck and, you know, try to rip people off is a goddamn joke. Like, you know, I bought stuff where I thought they was going to be, you know, spiritually active. And, you know, this was like a couple of years ago when I actually had a little bit of money to spend, you know, kind of thing. But now I ain't got nothing to spend, you know. You know, I've got to buy the cheapest stuff, you know, like I'm just looking at a pair of Wellington boots at the moment. I know I had a pair of like Dunlop ones, but where the hell they've gone, I don't know. So I've got to buy another pair, yeah. And I'm trying to find the cheapest. The cheapest one I found is like £10 at the moment, yeah. On Amazon they're like £10 plus, like, you know, postage. Or if you got Prime, then there are other ones like but 15 quid, you know, kind of thing. But I've seen a pair of boots on Amazon, on eBay for like £10.95. And that includes postage. So that's the only reason I went on eBay, to have a look around on, you know, across the boots. But while I was on there, I thought, yeah, you know, let's have a look at what some of the sellers are selling, you know, in my sellers saved list. And not only just in my saved list, like, I did do like a little search on some other haunted objects, yeah. And, you know, like, they've got these little plastic dolls, you know, in these little boxes for like £14, £15. Now you can go up London and buy them for about £9.99, or you might be able to find them in the shops around you, which does tourist stuff for about the same price. It's not so much them, because you've got to make a little bit of money on whatever you're selling, because eBay does take their fees, so does PayPal. So I can understand, certain things might be a little bit higher priced, because you've got to pay your fees and everything on it, yeah. And if you've added free postage, then you've got to consider about your postage costs as well. And some people don't make nothing; they just want to get rid of stuff. I could probably go and buy something tomorrow for about £60. Might not like it. Am I going to get £60 back for it? I doubt it, because it's been opened and used, kind of thing. It's then classed as second hand. But some people might pay, the £60. If you put it as I just bought it, only opened it and used it once, in, practically brand new condition. And it's like the pinpoint I bought the other day, actually, which I did a review on my channel. I could have got the same pinpointer from China for £35, but it would have been like 4 weeks. So I hunted around on Amazon, and the same pinpointer, there was actual two exactly the same but a higher price at £35. No, sorry, £45 and £43, and a Chinese, delivery. That one was £35, but the £35 would have been like 4 weeks. The £45 was Amazon Prime, and then the other one, £43, was Amazon Prime. And the only problem with the £43 one was, supposed to have had a damaged box. So, because I've got some refunds back on my eBay purchases, I put that money towards another pinpointer, and there wasn't nothing wrong with the box at all. Unless it came out of a different box and they put it in another box. But, the box doesn't bother me as long as the bloody pinpointer is in, brand new, immaculate condition, which it was. I want to have a chat about some of the things that people sell on eBay, actually. This Wet Nipple XD. You can be hide user and go to your channel and block that one. About. Right, that one's already been blocked. So yeah, I just want to have a chat about some of the things that people sell on eBay, kind of thing. The cost of things that you have to pay out on, the K2 meter. You've got 2 different versions, 3 different, maybe 4 different versions of the K2 meter. Which I did show the other day, actually. I've got to make sure I don't drop my nuts everywhere. No, not me nuts, as in, my peanuts. I bought a load of peanuts today, yeah. Don't know why, I just bought a load of peanuts when I went out shopping. And I put them on the side, and I turned my chair around, and the fucking bowl went flying. I kind of salvage what did fall on the floor, blowing, any kind of fluff and hairs off them. So I don't really want to be wasting, money on food, or wasting food, actually. I've got these kind of nuts, and these little peanuts coated. One's dry roasted, and the other one's a honey coated nut. So I can pick all them bloody things up earlier on today. But yeah, it's the same, right? When you buy stuff, yeah, you got 2 different versions of the K2 meter. The black ones. One of them is a legit, and the other one is a Chinese knockoff. The Chinese knockoff one will actually do that. It just flashes everywhere, yeah. But the original one doesn't do it at all hardly. So you've got two different versions, yeah. But they both say, you know, USA, and it's got the actual information on the back of as well, just like the grey one. That one is the original grey one, but you've got another grey one which does the same thing as that one does. The original one is around about £50, while the cheaper one is like £35. Then, like, you got like Ghost Box radios. Now, Ghost Box radios, do go for good money. If you can get the radios you can hack. Now, I did have radios about 4 years ago, and I did sell a few on eBay. Now, I wasn't making a lot of money because I was trying to help with paranormal. I think they are on the same side, same as inside, yeah. I think the components are slightly different in them, that's all, like the resistors and the capacitors probably might be a little bit lower. But Ghostbox, yeah, I was able to buy, right, several radios, the Amiga ones, yeah. And, I hacked a couple and I stuck them on eBay for like, I think it's about £25, £30. Now, they actually cost me £15 each to buy, yeah. And no one knew about them, very rare, that I saw any of these radios hacked, because I actually hacked them myself. I put a couple up on eBay, I think for about £30 or something like that. But then I had to cover up, the cost of my postage and eBay fees, PayPal fees and stuff like that, yeah. And all the Ghost Boxes I had, the Amiga ones, and I made probably about, hold on, that might be my delivery, hold on. Hello. Yep, my delivery. We'll open it up later. It's only an old pickaxe. Just hope I ain't as big as that. Fuck me, man. I ain't gonna get my bag otherwise. So yeah, I sold some Ghost Boxes which I was able to hack myself. But I was only making about £5-6 extra on them because I didn't want to be, greedy to make a huge profit. And I was actually trying to help, people who was in the paranormal who didn't have a lot of money, yeah. And I was actually one of the cheapest people out there, even with EM pumps that I built. I was doing EM pumps for like £20, while other people were doing them for about £30-35, yeah. I even made one similar to this one, and no one's ever made one like that, yeah. It's got like a box, it's got like a controller unit in there and speed unit as well. So when you turn it on, you can actually turn on, and it'll also like control the motor inside it here. So if you turn it all the way down, it won't give you reading, but as you turn it up, it actually affects the K2 meter more by the higher the speed limit it goes. And also it's got built-in temperature and a clock on this, yeah. So I built a couple of those, and you've also got to take the consideration about the time it takes to build it, the cost of electricity, the wear and tear, buying all the components, buying solder, soldering iron, and all that kind of stuff. Yeah. So you got to consider how much you got to make back to cover your costs. And I sold these for about £35–40. Now to buy all the components itself, the battery component, the box, the LCD screen, the control volume button, the actual controller module, that costs around about 15 quid per unit. So really, I was spending that well over £20, and I was selling them for like 35, and that actually also covered the cost of like the £5 postage and anything on that. Maybe the maximum I made on these were like 10 quid. And people used to moan and go, "Oh, you're ripping people off." No, I wasn't ripping no one off. I was actually helping people, because some of the EN pumps, right, were just a basic box with a switch on, with a motor inside it and a magnet. And I've got some already, which I've already made myself, and I usually make them for my own personal use. So I was the cheapest on eBay. I did build a few things, but I don't build them anymore because I can't remember how to build half the stuff. Because I do have, I've been told I have a slight touch of dementia, and that's why sometimes I can remember things about my past, and sometimes I can't. Sometimes I can't remember what I did yesterday, but I could probably remember something I've done like 5 years or 10 years ago, kind of thing. So I do have a bit of a problem in my brain. But I don't build nothing else anymore. I just don't have it's not so much the time, it's the energy and the concentration, trying to remember how to build it. Because even with my DC boxes, when I bought those components, I bought the kit version first, and it didn't find out why it wasn't working. And it's because the one of the resistors was, my ears have just gone weird. One of the resistors I put in was backwards, and I also put an IC chip in backwards as well. So I did eventually get it working, and I did build a couple, and I sold them at cost price, because I didn't want to be ripping. Certain people saw that I had an eBay account and started grassing me up to the DWP. So that's another reason I stopped building stuff and selling stuff here. But when you've actually, bought something off eBay and you've had it for quite some time, that is then classed your own personal object, your own item. And, DWP don't mind you selling your own personal items. It's like if you go out, what they do mind is that if you go out and buy a job lot of handbags, for instance, and say each handbag costs 100, and that's cost you like £1,000, and those handbags you start selling for like £20, so that's like an extra £10 on top. That's £2,000. So you really made like a grand profit. But even though you might have had postage on top of that, included, let's say £15 in total, you're still making £5 profit on each. So that's like £500 profit wise. But the thing is, you could stick 100 items on eBay, and because it's on eBay doesn't mean it's selling. You could have stuff on. I've had stuff on eBay for ages and I've not sold them. And they do know I have an eBay account. They keep an eye on my eBay account. Do they think there's anything like a bit dodgy or maybe? But I don't attempt to sell as much that I'd like to sell, kind of thing. I just ain't got the money. You don't get much on Universal Credit nowadays anyway. They're supposed to be putting it up next year, but only by £10. Wow, £10. Going to get £10 extra Universal Credit each month. Whoa. Let's go out and buy some fucking champagne and celebrate, shall we? But going back to the ghost boxes, not just the ghost boxes. When I was building stuff, I was actually giving stuff away free to my viewers, my subscribers. And it wasn't, bribe people to stay on my channel. There's millions of people who do like competitions, even on the metal detecting scene. Companies give out like prizes, like for a prize draw or competition or something like that. I've seen people do so many different ways of giving that stuff free. And I thought, yeah, that's a nice idea. And I was giving stuff out free. If you go to Living Dead Paranormal, the Forum brothers, right, yeah, and you ask them how much stuff I gave to them, they didn't pay no postage cost. No, everything that I built, I gave them one of them what I built. Like, if I built like an EM pump, I sent them an EM pump. One of the Ghostbox radios, I noticed they weren't using a radio, and I asked them why I didn't have the radio, and they said the last one broke. So I shipped them out one white radios. That was the first thing they got off me free of charge. I could have made like 30, 40 quid on that, as I said, but I didn't. I sent them that one out. I sent them out one of these. I sent them out power sensors. I've probably sent them out at least a dozen things. I've even built a 7-1 device box. Now that probably, if I had put that on eBay, I could have made about, depending on all the components and all the things that I put in there, it would have cost me about £60 to actually build. But then as I say, your time, your effort, your cost and stuff like that. And if I put it on eBay, which I never did do because I only ever built 2 of them. I gave one, because they were prototypes, yeah. I gave one to Living Dead Paranormal, free of charge, and they still use that. And the power sensor, I sent them one of those. Then I bought another power sensor because he wanted another laser grid built into it. And, it took me fucking months to figure out to do that, but I was able to do it. So I gave them a lot of stuff here, a fucking lot of stuff. And if I could calculate how much equipment I gave them, if I sold that, that would have been about 700 quid worth of gear. No, because that 71 box, I could have probably sold for 150. The power sensors, 60, 65 quid each. And they didn't just have one, they had 2 external attachment to it, which had a laser grid box built in. They had a ghost box. They had like a few different EM pumps. So yeah, I gave a load of stuff out, free of charge. The other prototype, the 7-in-1 box, I gave to a friend of mine on Facebook for the cost it actually cost me to build it. I didn't say, well, I want 150 quid for it. No, I gave him it for the cost it cost me for. And I didn't even charge him for the postage. So like, I can understand that people want to sell stuff and make a bit of a profit out of it, but looking at someone's eBay today, fucking hell, man. Now I've seen one similar to what that person's selling here on eBay for like probably about 40 quid, because it is like an old item and it's probably might be rare. But if you look around, you can buy the same thing 40 quid, but they reckon it's haunted. Comes from a haunted location. If it's that haunted, then why are they not keeping it? I know that we tend to buy stuff and do research on it, and then possibly later on then sell it, but I don't think they've had it that long. So I was going through their feedback as well, actually, because with eBay you get feedback from the actual seller, and from you yourself, when someone buys something, you give them feedback and they give you feedback back, you know, kind of thing. But it made me fucking laugh, you know. One of them with the actual background details, Jesus, man, yeah. No, if I could read it out and tell you what it said, I would do, but I'm not going to. Because I could be talking about any one of 25 people I've gotten on eBay on my friends list, you know, on my saved seller list, you know. And practically all of them are actual, you know, paranormal sellers. You know, there are a couple I've had stuff from, and I've had to have, you know, kind of had to have, can't even say that, I have had activity from them items. And yeah, sometimes you do have to pay a little bit more extra if you believe, you know, the background story. Because what you're doing really is like, let's say I could go and buy at the charity shop, yeah, which I do sometimes, you know. I have bought stuff from the charity shop, but most of the stuff I got from charity shops, I still got. Most of my stuff I still got, you know. It's very rare I sell any of my gear. But I do have to sell some to keep my head above water because I don't have enough money to live on each fucking month, you know. I won't say how much my rent is, but my rent actually takes 3/4 of what I got. Then I got, you know, about 8 bills I've got to pay each month. I'm lucky to have probably about 30, maybe £40 per month to live on, you know, to pay for food, you know, cost of living, you know, and stuff like that. How I, you know, got holes in them thinking here. You know, even the button up ones, you know, the buttons are still on there, but where you push the button through the hole, you know, it's just like, you know, wearing away and like falling apart. So like I was looking at a pair of jeans in the Poundland today, you know, and like I was thinking about buying a pair, but you know, I would have like been well skint at the month. You know, I wouldn't have been able to eat for many days if I bought a new pair. And they was only like 10 quid. You know, I didn't know what my size was anyway, and I wasn't going to ask someone for a tape measure. You know, and there wasn't no way I could have tried them on. And the thing with Poundland, yeah, if you buy something in there, especially clothes, they told me you can't get a refund back on clothes. They'll give you a credit note, but they won't give you a refund. Because last Christmas, I bought my grandson some clothes, and I didn't know what size he was, so I bought them for like a 3-year-old kind of thing. Yeah, you know, it's like a jacket and a t-shirt and some like, you know, socks and that, and it cost me about 15 quid in total. And I said to the woman, you know, if these don't fit, you know, can I bring them back and get me money back? And they said no. I said, yeah, but what am I going to do with them? She goes, well, you can exchange them, but we can't refund them. And that's Poundland for you, you know, kind of thing. Like, they won't give you money back. So, you know, I was looking at these pair of jeans, like, I'd rather, you know, if I had the money, I'd buy myself a pair of Wellington boots. I know I've got a pair of Wellington boots somewhere, but fuck knows where. I've been looking for them for the last hour and a half, actually, and I couldn't find them. That's why I looked on eBay, and I was just checking for eBay. Talking about buying and selling on eBay, the prices that people put on their items to rip people off. That's the wrong one. No, I've seen many things on eBay where people tend to rip people off. Well, sorry, but you're going to have to go. Don't like trolls on here. Come on, Ian, you missed one. I had to block that one. Try to remove him anyway. I probably got about 8 thumbs down already, but I don't give a damn. Instead of you. But it's like one. If you remember, the stream I made with Jason about Divot boxes, yeah. The ones that you buy on eBay, it's just something that people put. Actually made one live streaming showing you how easy it is. And all you got to do is put, and if that story sticks out to someone, if someone wants to believe that story, they're going to be paying whatever that bloody Divot box goes for. And I've seen Divot boxes, go for a couple of £100, And I've noticed that there's one person on eBay, which I don't have in the contact list anymore. I think they actually closed their eBay account down, but they had, and also eBay stopped people selling Divot boxes on eBay for some time. I don't know if they actually allow people to do it now. Some people don't put it as a Divot box, they put it as a haunted box or haunted seal box. But there was one particular person, right, on eBay that was selling Divot boxes, and he was an American, and he had like 20 Divot boxes, and they're all different prices, like, $50, $100, $170, buying them. And all I believe is that he's going out, buying boxes, putting a few trinkets in, and then like selling with wax, putting a good story behind it, saying like, these Divot boxes containing a very evil negative spirit to like capture and put into the Divot box, and this person was a serial killer, really put a good story behind it. And the guy was actually sending them. But, he did have a few negative feedbacks from them. But most of the feedback, like 75% of the feedbacks were, positive, while 25 was like negative. And say like, Divot boxes. Shit. These. My little box of jewelry just ears keep going really weird. Keep getting whistling noises. Right, in a minute, I've got to try to salvage this crap now. Where did the box go? Where did the box go? Just pick what up. Oh, I can't get up. Oh, there's some coins there. Well, can't get that one because that's falling right down there, and I'm not going to dig through that. And that's what I'm looking for, because I need to. Oh, I've repaired it. Need that for my little digging spade. What did I do with that box? Where did that box go? Oh, it's in front of me. Now. I need to sort this stuff out again, man. I actually had this all sorted out not long ago, but made a right fucking mess on it again. Yeah, so like this guy on eBay was selling like things like this, a silk box for all different prices. He's making a fucking lot of money out of it. No, if you could even buy it, probably like a normal box like this for like probably about $10-15, and then all they do is like they stick a few X, put a story behind it, and sell it for $175. Fucking I think he did actually get banned from selling on eBay because he wasn't refunding people's money. But it's just bloody annoying when people rip people off on eBay. I can have it, but cost me. Something. See how big he is. Better not be fucking massive, I'll tell you, man. Look, they've got the Christmas little thingy on there now. Can't read it. Don't know what. Well, don't even understand what it says. This really is like a Christmas present to myself, actually. Look, I've got a massive box just for a little pickaxe like that, man. Oh shit, it's the wrong one. Crap, it's the wrong one. Oh no, yes it is. Yeah, the wrong one. I should have like what's the name, like a pick. That's an actual axe. So it's supposed to be like that at the back. And it's supposed to have like a pick. Oh well, I might have to go back. I'll have to check on the ones that I'm sure the ones that I saw on YouTube ain't that one. Yeah, I might have to send that back actually. It's supposed to be like a pick with a scraper at the back. That's like a mini axe with a scraper at the back. Oh. Hello. So I've got a scratch across my face there. I feel like I've got a scratch across my face. You seen it? Where is it? Yeah, right there. Now I've got no nails, so I don't. I can't understand why I'm getting scratches. No, I know sometimes I do, like itch my head, but I've got no nails to scratch myself. It's just more like rubbing your skin with my hand. There's no way I can actually, scratch myself and like cut my skin. I'm mugged at Christmas. I went to Lidl's. Well, I did go to Lidl's to buy some food shopping. I actually had to go to the Poundland today to buy some like toiletries, like soap powder and detergent and stuff for doing your normal laundry washing in the washing machine. That's the main thing I went up there for. And I got some cat food up there. I usually buy like this bag of like Whiskers and biscuits over at Lidl's, and it's like £5 a bag. But I didn't have enough today, so I thought, well, I've got to save a little bit so I can buy myself some bloody food. So I just bought a couple of these like £1 boxes, which should last until next month. Oh yeah, and also I was trying to find a pair of gloves. Actually, a particular pair of gloves I wanted, but I didn't have them, so I just bought like a pair of gardening gloves for now. It's only to use, when I go out milk detecting. check that better. Oh, that's got. Yeah, that's gonna have to go back. I think it's supposed to be like a pick. Like the ice picks. The pointed one that's was supposed to be like. I'll have to check the one on the one that the guy's got on YouTube. I was watching. What's his bloody handle name on YouTube? Motor Detecting 24. So he uses like a pickaxe all the time. That'll fit my bag okay. I can still probably use it just for that bit. Because I don't want to keep digging too big a hole, kind of. I've got to try to sort out my detector. That's quite heavy, actually. I swear. It's a bloody spade. I'll have to check it out, mate. I keep kind of like drawing my attention to something else, like a different thing. Yeah, what it is though, on eBay, the way people sell things, they put a story behind it, a fake story, and that story actually sells, kind of thing. It's like when you, which I don't want to say, but when you have drama on here, drama sells, depending on what the argument's about and who you're fighting with, you're going to get a lot more people coming to you, aren't you? So you're saying something a bit, dodgy, I suppose, on eBay. Well, it ain't dodgy, it's a legit item, but you're putting a dodgy story behind it. And if people want to listen and believe that and read that story and, believe in the seller itself, then more for them. And if they want to pay that money for it, Jesus Christ, they must have more money than sense, unless they, have a very good job and, make a lot of money each month. But the price on some of the stuff this particular person's put on, Jesus, man, ridiculous. The thing is, some of them don't even look haunted. Some of them don't even look haunted to me. I know other people might be able to go on and say, yeah, that's haunted, but to me, it doesn't look haunted, And, it's not even rare. It's not even rare. They state it's rare, but it's not rare. But, yeah, just that's what I thought I'd have a little chat about, the way people try to rip people off on eBay. All my stuff I've ever sold on eBay, I've always sold as a reasonable price. Afford it, because sometimes when I sell stuff on eBay, yeah, people say, oh, I can't afford that, will you take a little bit less? Well, it depends on how much I paid for it myself, kind of thing. If I bought something for £35 and I'm selling it for 50 off, but that'd be it, And if they say, well, can you do it for 25? No way, because you're losing money all the time. I know, selling on eBay, you're going to lose money because, you've got trying to get rid of a load of stuff you don't no longer need. Some people there's a way you can look at it. Yeah, you sell your stuff because you need the money, and you need to clear some of the junk away, right? What do you rather do? Throw it in the bin, or give it to someone else, like a friend or a neighbour, or a charity shop? Or would you rather put it on eBay and sell it and make a little bit of money back? If you go and buy a car tomorrow for, say, like $6,000 and you use it for like 6 months, you're not going to get $6,000 back either if you put it back on eBay or any, like, the online stores, the websites where you can sell a car. It's just like eBay. You can go out and buy like a brand new mobile phone because, you do get mobile phones a bit cheaper than you do with, like, mobile phone companies. But let's say you go and buy an iPhone 10 on eBay for like 120 quid, yeah, and you realise it's not really what you want, and you put it back on eBay and you try to get your money back. No, it's going to be a big possible. It ain't going to be possible to get your money back. You're always going to lose something out of it, kind of thing. So, it's either making a loss or just like throwing it in the bin or giving it to charity. And I have given stuff to charity. I found, right, not long ago, a load of these and a load of like little cameras. All the cameras were like those little disposable chuckaway ones, yeah. All you need was to film. I gave all those cameras to two different charity shops where I live, and there was like 8 of these, and I think I gave 3 of each to the charity shop, and I kept 2 myself. And I just pulled this one out today, and I've just set the top clock. These have got to be worth about 4 or 5 quid, maybe, I don't know, but I didn't pay nothing for them because I found them. And I'm not going to be selling something like I found, it's not right. No, the only things I do sell is stuff that actually do belong to me, my own personal belongings. And like I say, you could put 100 things up. You're not going to sell 100 things in one day, It does take time for, someone to sell things through eBay. And it doesn't matter what kind of item it is, you could be someone who does makeup, and you've got a load of makeup you want to get rid of. Now, you're only going to sell it to the person who wants it. And, the price, depends on what the price is. And if the person who wants it can afford that price, kind of thing. But when they try to, like, a rare piece of makeup or a rare, item, and they're trying to, like, say it's worth like hundreds of pounds. If you actually do your research on eBay, on the same thing, a lot less cheaper. It's like, game consoles, remember the old little Nintendo DS's, yeah? Now, I've seen those go for good money, because they are old, they are kind of like getting obsolete now. Probably millions of people still have them, put them away in boxes or in, like, cupboards or the drawers or in the attic or, in the basement or whatever. And some of them I've actually seen go for a lot of quid. But I saw one today as I was doing my shopping over at Streatham, and the little Nintendo DS, it's still going for about 50, 60 quid, kind of thing. But if you remember when they first came out, they was over £100, kind of thing. No, I do have a little Nintendo DS somewhere, but where it is, I don't know. I think it's over there somewhere. But yeah, when you do go out and buy something off eBay, you just got to be careful on what you're buying. Even if the story looks good, look at the seller's feedback as well, and see what other people said about the things that they've bought. Now, if it's a haunted doll, check the feedback from other people who've bought haunted dolls from someone. I've had activity from day one. Then yeah, maybe the seller is genuine. Yeah, but if the thing is, even if you have something that is spiritually active, yeah, all right. And this is what I was trying to say the other day. You can have a doll which is really spiritually active. Really haunted. You probably got it from a haunted location, or someone gave it to you because it was called in a lot of. You might have found it somewhere outside, and you brought it home to clear it up, and you're getting weird activity from it. Yeah, let's just say it's really haunted, for instance. Yeah, and you're doing all these different sessions with it, and you're getting really good responses. But then you leave it alone for like 6 months, and you kind of ignore it. Then you realise, you don't want it anymore, so you're going to set it on, and you give out that story of all the all that kind of activity you had, and you can prove you had that activity by videos and photos and screenshots and stuff like that people posted. Yeah, if you've got all that background, all that information, all that evidence, then it's going to sell. But if it's just like someone say, well, I've got this doll from like a haunted location, and this is what it said, in that, and I've had this and I've had that. Then you might get someone who might believe in it and think, oh, that doll really does sound haunted, and they might go and buy it, all right. And when they buy it, nothing happens. Is that because the doll isn't really haunted, or is it because it's a doll or clock or watch? You know, jewelry, clothes. I've even heard the clothes can be haunted. Because they buy it and they don't get activity. They will turn around and think you're a fraud and that you ripped them off. And the only way you can stop that is by putting up evidence. Saying, well, this is what I got when I got it. This is the video evidence. These are pictures I got, from the actual item, the object itself. Now, I've left it alone for 6 months, and, I've not really done anything since then, but, I've decided that I want to move it on. And if it's like, got a bit of a negative background, saying, I just get scratched and pushed and punched, and, it used to move things and throw things around. As long as you've got evidence on that, and they can see that evidence, then, yeah, you're going to sell it. But if you ain't got no evidence, you ain't going to sell it. Because what you're doing is putting the story behind that item spiritually active than it is. It's like that clock I got from Chris. He said to me every day he was getting activity, and that was given to him in an inheritance. Yeah. Now he said, "Do you want it?" And when I said, "Yeah, I'll have it," and he sent it to me. The day he sent it to me, all the activity stopped in his house. And when I got it, and I had it on the bed, just admiring it, and I thought I'd do some research. And as soon as I started researching and getting the information off the clock, that clock started working. Why? I don't know. What I got from the Ouija board and the ghost box that the spirit wanted. He was happy that I had it, and he was happy that I was doing research. And that's from an EVP, ghost box, and Ouija board. Well, I think I did do a video on it as well, actually. But when you got evidence of something that is haunted, and it backs up that story, then yeah, you're going to sell it. People ain't worried about how much money it's going to cost. But when you ain't got the evidence, no video content, no photos or audio, then I'm not saying that because the person did have it, did get activity, never did do any kind of recording, or video on it. Yeah, you're taking the person's word for it, I suppose. Because you can't manipulate something on video. Like if I had a fucking a doll in here now, and we were getting crazy activity from it, yeah, and it's been recorded through you going crazy, and DC boxes going crazy, and you're getting stuff through EVP and and all that other kind of equipment we use. People are going to believe it, aren't they? They're going to say, "Well, every time you ask that dog something, the K2 light was lighting up," or when you asked for its name, and the name came through the ghost box, that is kind of like compelling evidence, isn't it? Really, you just can't go out and buy something and say you had that, kind of had activity from it, and put a story behind it and hope to sell it. It ain't going to work. Or it might work, probably will work to the people who are a bit dense and got money to throw away. Bye, Stephen. Have a good Christmas, yeah. But it's just like I wanted to do this just like have a little moan, I suppose, about the way people rip people off on eBay. But yeah, that's life, I suppose. Right, well, I'm going to go in a minute. I'm getting hungry. I don't want to eat too many peanuts today because I have got And I don't know why I just want to buy peanuts today. It's because I watch mobile coins on YouTube. Um, I don't know what his bloody name is now. But it does coin rolls. He buys rolls of coins from the bank, and he does like a pool. You pay like $5 for 2 rolls, and you don't get the 2 rolls of coins itself. You get what they find, which can be worth anything from $3 to $5, even more. Then you get that silver coin or a particular coin, and I've been watching him quite a lot because he's on every night. But he's on like late in the morning, like 1 o'clock in the morning. I'm just wondering if they make money out of it. I suppose they do in one way, because like if someone buys like 10 rolls for like $50, and they only get like 3 silvers out of it, yeah, they've only made like probably about $15. But those silvers could be ones which hasn't been in circulation that much. Not so much of a rarity. It also depends on the condition. And I know with him, he does give like other stuff out with it as well. Like if you buy 10 rolls, you get like a certain print of a coin, like, and I think a print is like 5, 6 coins in a package kind of thing. So you get that, which might be worth about $5, $10. Then you get like whatever it for. You might find a few silvers, you might find some MSCs or what they're called. So you might be making money back, but sometimes you only get like the print and maybe 1 silver, and that could only be like 20 quid or $20. So the guy, he's actually making a bit of a profit, but still got to consider about he's got costs to go down to the bank, fuel costs, and some banks actually charge you to actually cash in coins and get more coins out. So that could be probably about $10, kind of thing. Depends on how many he's actually buying and how much he's cashing in. Um, there is quite a few different ones on I watch sometimes about, coin rolling. And it's not, I've actually did donate a couple of like, small dollar ones, and I've got like 2 silvers out of it. Like, $5 only about £3.50, 4 quid in it, I think. And that's when I could actually afford it, So I kind of pulled out because, like, I've got 3 silver, what are they called? 25 cents coins, quarters. And I've added, because, like, all the coins I find, I keep. When you go out metal detecting and you unearth and come out, pretty good condition, but a lot of them we call toasted because they've been in the ground so long, sometimes, yeah, the actual earth and the ground and all the kind of like chemicals that the farmers have put on, if it's like, eating away the coin, and they call them smoothies because there's no detail on them, or crusty or toasted. Toasty is like crusted, where it's all crusted up. And like, any of you pull it in like vinegar or lemon or stuff like that, you might be able to get a little bit of detail back, because that, the acid from vinegar and lemon is clearing away that crap from it, kind of thing. And I've had a few coins come out with a nice green patina on it. Look, I'm not going to be collecting too many. I'm more going to be concentrating in English coins. I just fancied, trying to get a couple of like American quarters, which I did get. But he said you couldn't do it because it cost him too much money. Because the 63 is like 99%, I think, in America, silver. Here in the UK, like a sixpence from 1950s, I think, is like 50% silver, and early in 1950s is like practically like 95% silver. So I'm interested in collecting coins if and when I can afford it, or if I find myself. I ain't going to sell any. What I will probably do is trade them, swap them over for people. But that'd be it. But I need to start getting some of this stuff out, man. I'm going. People say, well, you're putting stuff on eBay, you're making money. You're not. You're losing money. Everyone loses money. So like I said, you go and buy a brand new handbag, right? And it costs you $100 or £100, and you use it a couple of times, wearing stick on eBay, you'd be lucky get even half. So you lost half already of the money that you actually invested in the bag. Then you got your that £100 bag, you might probably get about 30 quid for it. So where you're making money, you're losing money. That's why eBay's there to sell the unwanted stuff, just to get a little bit of money back. Where people turn around and say, "Oh, he's making hundreds or thousands of pounds," while he's on social benefit, you're losing. Everything that I put on, I lose. And people don't kind of realise that. At the DWP, keep an eye on my eBay account. I got all my details, my bank statements. I take every so often when they ask for them. They got my eBay account details. And told me I can sell my own personal stuff, and that's all I'm doing, sell my own personal stuff. There's no proof that I'm going out and buying a shitload of stuff to sell to try and make a bit of money on it, which I'm not. But some people do. I know people on social benefits selling stuff, but I never grasped them up. Could have done, but I haven't. We've all got to try to live somehow. But when you're making a huge amount of money out of it, ripping people off. Ow! Oh, I hate that when it happens. You hear that great big crunch. I'm going to show you what I've got for dinner today. I've got 30% off it because it's it actually expires in 2 days. First thing I've ever bought something which had the 30% off. I'm going to that Mobile Coins. I was just saying that, yeah. He's the one who's got me to buy bloody peanuts, because every time I see him when he's live streaming, he's always eating pork scratchings or pork belly, they call it over there, yeah. Like fried pork fat, or he's eating peanuts. And every time I watch him, he's always making me hungry. So this is what I've got for dinner today: chicken korma. $30% off it. It was $1.79, so I'll probably pay back £1.50 on it. So that's my dinner tonight. Before I do that, I want to check out Westlane's video. He was on a little while ago. Well, I say he was on a little while ago. He wasn't. I was just watching some of his videos a while ago. So let me just check on his pickaxe. Detecting fucking banging headache again now. Hell, crap, he's got a load of bloody bottle tops. I'm going to watch that later. It's only like 2.5 minutes, but he's got millions of fucking bottle tops. Actually, guys, I had to take a trip to Bear Temple in order to face the worst fear. Now I never complain about too many bottle caps. It's like this building filled with bottle caps on the walls. Every bottle cap is nailed to the wall. Is there anything about the thing is, I like the guy because he doesn't talk. You know, when he's actually doing his video, he puts let's just go to any one of his videos to see what he uses. No, he doesn't. Well, let's have a look at his pickaxe. Hold on a minute. Go on to see his bloody pickaxe. I can't see a picture of his pickaxe now. Yeah, his pickaxe, right? It's got the flat end and like like a nice picker. You know, one of those, you know, like pointy triangle with a bit on. That's what his one's got. My one hasn't got that. Well, I could probably grind it down, but it'll probably make it unstable. Let me open it up. Look. Let's see how sharp it is. Man, I hope that goes in my bag. That is quite heavy though. Yeah, so here's one. Here's one has like it going up. There's like a pick. But he uses that to actually like pull the dirt back. I suppose it's sharp. I don't think you could probably cut your finger off. Maybe like, you know, just and then doesn't look all that secure. Looks like it's been kind of like inserted that way and pushed in and oh well. I'll probably be I could always like get if I get lost in a forest, you know, and it starts raining, I could always use that to chop wood down. So I don't think that one is all that sharp. No, that's blunt. That's completely blunt. So yeah, maybe I might be able to like cut some branches. Survival shelter. That's what another thing I like watching survival videos on YouTube. So where people turn around and say, "Oh look, he's trolling. He's doing videos." No, I tend to like keep away from this. The only reason I thought I'd do one today because like it made me laugh on seeing certain people saying certain stuff for, you know, it's well over the price, you know, kind of thing. But you know, that's the only reason I come on tonight, yeah. Normally, I'm on my other channel. I'm putting videos up with me milk detecting. You know, even if I ain't got no videos put up, I watch other milk detecting channels. I'm probably subscribed to about 300 milk detecting channels, and a lot of them on like notification. And usually, sometimes I get about 20, 30 notifications throughout the day that a new video's up. And if I get time to watch them all, I will do. But a lot of the time, I don't get to watch them all. I'll probably get to watch about 10, maybe 15. And it ain't just milk detecting instead of coin rolling as well. It's also like survival, going out, either with a tent, just spending a couple of nights out, camping in the wilderness. And they survive on nothing, at all. They build their own little shelter out of trees and branches. They go out and catch fish with nothing but a piece of line or fishing wire and a hook. No proper like fishing equipment. Shows you how to build a fire. Saw one the other day, he did cheat, he used matches, but there are ways you can actually make a fire, which I was surprised to see. So yeah, I do like watching those videos, So when they turn around and say, oh, he's trolling, I'm not fucking trolling no one. No, I had a text message last night, and I blocked the person because it seemed like that person was trying to cause shit up on this community again. Seems like it's probably a new number, and they've got my number. They sent me a message about certain people, and I didn't reply to it. I just ignored it. I read it, but I ignored it. I thought, no, I ain't gonna fucking respond because that's the drama's gonna kick off again. I'm not owning it. So, I actually blocked the person because that's all what people want to see to be doing again at the moment is starting drama up. Like that person who goes on another person's channel as a moderator, accusing me of opening new channels and causing drama when I ain't. It's just like bullshit, Someone who likes getting involved in the drama himself. Right. I think it's going to be too much hassle taking it back. I'll keep it. Yeah, fuck it. No, I might go out camping one day, spend a night out in the dark, creepy, spooky woods. And I might need some fire, firewood. And I can always chop it down. Well, not chop it down, cut it in half. But that is not sharp. That's not sharp at all. So if I ever did go out, I'd have to sharpen it up. Wouldn't be able to use it as a tomahawk. I'm going to put that back in the bag though. And see, I've got a choice. Take that out and give that a go tomorrow. Or wait until I go up to my permission and take a spade out with me tomorrow. I don't want to take the spade and that because it's going to weigh my backpack down even more. You just don't realise how heavy a spade, couple of bottles of water, 2 pinpointers, spade in the backpack, how heavy it can be. These are pretty good mates actually, Roughneck. It's £10 8p. Can I use this box or something? I don't like throwing boxes away because there's always a way I can use it, to store some of that crap in there. But it's a bit thin, So I think that one will probably end up out in the old recycling bin tomorrow. So yeah, anyway, I'm going to go cook my dinner. How long have I got to cook it for? My glasses, man. I don't even know where my glasses are. That's another thing. I've got to go and get some new glasses in the new year. Cooking instructions. Microwave 4 minutes. Carefully peel back the film, stir and recover. Microwave on full power for a further 2 minutes. It's 6 minutes. So what I'm going to do is put it in for 3 minutes. Peel the plastic brick over, stir it, mix the rice up a little bit, then put it back in for another 3 minutes. Because my microwave doesn't want to cook for more than 4 minutes. Put it on between 4 and 5 minutes, it stops. And like, I tried cooking a baked potato, right? In the on the packet it says like baked potatoes microwave 10 minutes, in the oven 25 minutes. Yeah. Well, you put it in the oven, you've got to wait for the oven to heat up, all right? Then you put the potato in, and then you got to wait 25 minutes. In the microwave, you just stick it in on a plate, put it on 10 minutes, and it's cooked. But not with my microwave, no. It'll cook it for about maybe 3.5 minutes, then it'll turn itself off. Then I've got to take it out, and then leave it for 5 minutes, then put the potato back in, and can continue cooking it that way. And then like I've got to take the potato in and out 3 times before it's actually cooked properly. Right, I'm off because I'm getting hungry. I'm not sure when I'm on next. If I'm not around, have a good Christmas and a Happy New Year, because I don't celebrate Christmas anymore. If I could find my Christmas hat with humbug on, I'd have worn that tonight, but I can't find it. And I was looking around in Poundland to see if they had any Christmas hats on here. But they had like the red Christmas Santa Claus hat, and they had the pixel, the little pixel. Is it pixel? Elf, no, the elf hat. And I was thinking about getting the elf hat, but I thought, nah. So I didn't buy a hat. I'm not, I don't really celebrate Christmas. I've not celebrated Christmas for about 8 years now, to be honest with you. I just find it totally waste of time and boring. Christmas is another day, Boxing Day is another day, and New Year's Day and New Year's Eve, it's just a normal day for me. Even my birthday, it's just a normal day. I don't celebrate it. Right. Okay. I'll catch you all later. Have a good one. Ciao.